Hello and welcome to another episode of the Desi Show. मैं हूँ Serene Humayun. Viewers, March 8th is International Women's Day. It's a day to celebrate the power of women. It's a day to look back on the change that has been established. It's also a moment to reflect on the progress that needs to be made in the future. It is so amazing to see that people all around the globe are now celebrating and appreciating women together on this day. लिहाजा इस साल वुमेन्स डे मनाने के लिए हमने अपनी कम्युनिटी के कुछ खवातीन से कुछ सवालात करने का फैसला किया फेमिनिज्म एंड इंस्पिरेशन के हवाले से. एंड व्हाट वी रिसीव्ड were the answers that were truly inspiring, which shows how truly incredible the women of our today's time are. Let me take you to this fantastic awards night which has been organized by the team of Women to Women Foundation of New Jersey. Let's go and check it out.
الشمس والقمر بحسبان والنجم والشجر يسجدان. We are the color of the world. We give the warmth, humanity to the world. But we are more than that. We are in 21st century. We are Pakistani by ethnicity, but we live in America. We are American also. We are. And while teaching in America from past 10 years or so, I realized that we need to be engaged in this society also. Meaning we are living here. We are part of this country.
कि तुझे मुड़ के देखे गुलाब भी, तुझे मुड़ के देखे गुलाब भी, तुझे चाहते वो नसीब हों, करे रश्क तुझ पे ये आसमां, तुझे वुसअते वो नसीब. रहे रोशनी से ढला हुआ सब बेटियों के लिए, सब माँ, रहे रोशनी से ढला हुआ तेरा रास्ता, तेरी रह गुजर, तेरी बात बात हो कामरां, तेरा ख्वाब ख्वाब हो बासमर. तू जहाँ रहे वो बहिश्त हो, तू जहाँ रहे वो बहिश्त हो, तू जिधर चले वहाँ फूल हो. है दुआ मेरी बस इस कड़ी, तेरी सब दुआएं कबूल हो.
My name is Amara Mushtaq, and I'm just going to tell you a little bit about Women to Women Forum. Just transitioning off of what she said, you know, in a traditional Pakistani home, the mother is the one that is usually nurturing the child, is the one that is giving the child comfort.
My name is Iqra Jabeen, and just like Nusrat and Amara, I am another link in this chain that we call Women to Women Forum. So you all just saw a glimpse of all the fun that we've been having while team building in 2018. Well, I'm excited to announce that we have a lot more lined up for 20
outfits last year. We repurposed them, we packed them, we serial numbered them, and we labeled them individually and sent them over to Pakistan. It was sent to Behbood Foundation, which is a very old non-profit organization in Karachi, and they
encourage civic involvement, support families in need in the community, and provide scholarships to the local high school graduates. Not only we do donate our time, but we also give monetary donations earned from various fundraising events and grants.
Good evening. My name is Anam, and I am an advocate for South Asian women and men who deal with domestic violence and sexual abuse. I work at an organization by the name of Manavi. I hope some of you are familiar with it, but if not, Manavi is an organization that has been around since 1985, and it works with the South Asian community.
Yeah, I would just like to say that this is not just for women. Actually, the results in men are much better than women. A lot of women come back to me after that. They were like, it's not fair. We're cooking at home. My husband is just following the diet. He's losing 20 pounds and I just lost 10. It's not fair. But ladies, you know, with the power and with the motivation, we can beat anything. We can get healthy.
So I'm a clinician by profession and a mother of 3 kids, and my passion is to start new organizations that can contribute to our community involved in tourism and so on and so forth. So my last project, which was about 4 years ago, we started an organization called Muslim Federation of South Jersey. I'm really passionate about it.
दर्द, डर, गम सब है तेरे अंदर, अपने खुद के बनाए हुए पिंजरे से निकल, तू भी है सिकंदर.
So I'm the founder of the FAM Scholarship. I'm the first Pakistani American to start this organization, and this organization has a very, very bittersweet story. So it begins with my intention that with all the terrifying events the world is going through, we should actually spread love and joy in every way possible. As a young girl, I was always raised to give back to my community in some form of way. Now at 24 years old, I think I'm an adult, or I try to be.
Thank you so much. Well, thank you everybody for coming out, and it's so nice to see so many men here to celebrate International Women's Day, so we appreciate that. You know, I just want to say a few things about International Women's Day, which was yesterday, and we did have so many activities around the world, and we think that this is something that we're just talking about in our own little room, in our own little community, but really, through the years, the United Nations, they did a program on what was called the WikiGap event, because 90% of all the things that are going on to the Wikipedia were written by men. So they were trying to get women around the world to contribute so that everybody...
I want to thank everyone, especially Nusrat and the Women to Women Forum, who have given me this honor. And I think there's nothing greater than being honored by your own community, the community that you live in. And I want to let you know that I started SWAT Relief Initiative. I started it as a forum for volunteers, and I think women and girls are groups in marginalized communities that are the most marginalized. And I created this organization so we could all come together and help these communities. We empower women through skills training centers as well as adult education.
For this award, it's so lovely to be here, and all of the support and the love that I feel from this room is awesome. Yes. Yes. So this is a little mayor in training. She's been practicing her speeches as well. And I think never accept that there are boundaries on what you can do because of your background, your gender, your ethnic background. We should continue to be optimistic about our possibilities.
I stand here deeply honored and humbled. I've been doing work against domestic violence for over 25 years. This is the first time, I think, I am being recognized by the Pakistani community. So you can imagine how it's very humbling. It's wonderful to be here. I founded Turning Point in 2004, and those are the challenging times when you take stock of your life and you wonder.
Congratulations to the very our women heroes who have been honored. They're really an inspiration for all of us, for our younger generation, for our daughters. You're doing a very wonderful job. Congratulations to all of you.
Congratulations, Nazar, for a beautiful event. This is absolutely phenomenal. This is my 4th or 5th event with the Pakistani American community that I've had the pleasure of attending. So thank you very much. What I've learned from your community, is that minorities in America that are run like women here tonight equal momentum, potentially win the 2020 United States presidency because of Americans like you.
Very humbly accept this award on behalf of Tamina, because these both of them, and if I could get 10 more awards, all of them would belong to Tamina as well, because the amount of application, the amount of dedication that she has throughout different endeavors that she's been a part of. Nusrat very appropriately said that she doesn't miss any occasion where she can be of help to any kind of a call. She takes the lead, and she's a team player as well. So the center briefly that Nusrat was alluding to, it's Princeton Adult Daycare, and we established this entity in 2016, and both of us are so proud to say that this is the first medical daycare in the United States which is focused on the Muslim senior population.
I do want to give a small shout out to our volunteers. They've been so helpful with us tonight. It's just even just not be possible without them. So big round of applause for our volunteers tonight.
My name is Anam Nafri, and I'm an advocate for South Asian women who deal with domestic violence. I work for an organization called Manavi, and we cater to the South Asian community specifically. We work with men and women who deal with domestic violence, and we provide them with our services to kind of deal with it and just bring them to the next step. And we just ask them what it is that they want, and we just help them with whatever it is that they need and they want from us.
So Anam, tell me, we're here celebrating International Women's Day today. So what do you think is the role of women in today's society?
I think the role for women in today's society is that we really are empowered. We have such strong women now today in our mainstream media. I think for now, I think our role is to empower the younger generation, our youth, and kind of get them involved. We have a lot of role models in our community, and I think at this point, I think it's about raising your voice and getting everyone involved. And I think for women, that's a very important role in our society.
That's very wonderfully said. Tell me, Anam, what do you think is feminism for you?
Okay, for me, feminism is empowering women. I think it's very important to acknowledge that feminism is not putting men down. It's about encouraging women to be at the level that men are at now, as far as having the same amount of pay and things like that. It's not about putting men down. It's about encouraging women to rise up to that level and supporting us and standing behind women no matter what.
My organization is Amal for Hope. I'm the founder of that organization, and what we do is we try to reach marginalized communities in Pakistan, especially women and children. Our last project was Couture for a Cause, where we collected up to 800 bridal outfits. Also, I am executive director at Women at Workspace. It's a non-profit platform for Muslim professional women.
So, Sarwar, what do you think is the role of women, Pakistani women, in today's society?
I think Pakistani women, our bandwidth is so wide. We have so many professional women, so many educated women, so many powerful women, and I feel we're going in the right direction. We are changing gears to just being bold and beautiful, to being progressive and inspiring. And I think that's where we need to go to inspire our children to reach higher than the stars.
So if you were to advise your fellow Pakistani women to change something in them today, what advice would you give to them?
We're extraordinary to begin with, but I think one thing that I would tell them to change is let your guard down. Do what you do and do it without no fear of repercussion. If you believe in something, you do it, and you pray to God that He holds your hand and walks you through that process.
First of all, I'd like to congratulate you for the award that you have won. Please tell me a little bit about yourself and about the work that you've been doing.
Well, as I said when I was accepting the award, is that I started the first non-profit in New York City that directly addresses domestic violence in the Muslim community. Over 70% of the women who come to us are South Asian Muslim, right? And so we address domestic violence by talking about it, by doing outreach, reaching out to women one-on-one, and helping them find their path. I think that is what humbles me and makes me happy.
What message would you like to give to young women of today on International Women's Day?
First of all, congratulations to all women on International Women's Day. My message to young girls and women is to never shy away from reaching your true potential. Never stop dreaming. If you can dream it, you can make it happen. And find mentors within your own community who can be supportive of you, who can guide you, who can help you find your path and help you feel the strength that you have inside.
I'm a 24 Pakistani American, and I'm the founder of the FAM Scholarship, which is the first Pakistani American to start this foundation. This foundation helps graduating high school students get funded for their college, and it's fully funded by me.
So Fatiha, what do you think is the role of women, Pakistani women in today's society?
The Pakistani women in today's society are like the building pillars of the future, of the success for tomorrow. Without them, there's nothing, and we need to empower them and acknowledge them and engage them in everything and everyday resources so that they could help bring a better tomorrow.
So Fatiha, if you were to change anything, one thing in today's women, in today's Pakistani women, what do you think they need to change in them and why?
I think they should change and stop comparing themselves to other people. If they learn to have confidence, and their confidence will take them a very long way.
I'm a clinician by profession, and I live in South Jersey in a small town called Moorestown. About 19 years ago, I started an organization called PASSJ with a group of like-minded friends. And it's Pakistan American Society of South Jersey, and since then we are thriving. And we do a lot of promotional things, and especially promoting diversity. We do a lot of social things, not for only Pakistanis, but for a lot of African American, any cause of our local community. And just recently we started an organization called Muslim Federation of South Jersey, because it was my passion that sub masajid we should bring them together, and they weren't. And we were like talking about Shia mosque, Sunni mosque, and MD mosque, everybody. So now we have 25 such mosques under one umbrella organization, and and we're going to do some good things together. And we're going to. This is going to be an umbrella. This is not a religious organization. It's an umbrella organization. It's going to represent all the mosques.
So, Saima, when we talk about feminism, women describe it differently. Some would say that it is for them to feel themselves or for them to be able to do what they want to do. So what do you think feminism is to you, and how would you describe it?
Feminism is something, what my gut feeling is that you empower other women, okay? You're so powerful that you are above and beyond petty things, and you think, if I can do good, the other woman, I have to pull her up, and stand next to me, and let's do something good for the world.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Mohammed Khan. I'm the Vice President for CPIC Global, US and Canada.
So, see, this is Women's Day, and a lot of women have gathered here, and they're constantly talking about women. So when it is about women, how do men feel about it? What do you think about feminism, first of all?
I actually appreciate women a lot, because as someone says that without women, men couldn't be here. I don't know why why men get frustrated or get, I don't know, some sort of defeating action. Because of women, I think there's a love, there's beauty in the world. I love women. I respect women. I've got a wife and 2 daughters. I think we should all appreciate women and give them full chance to prevail.
Right, with those comments and statements of yours, you've definitely got yourself a lot of attention from a lot of ladies. Tell me, what do you think is the role of Pakistani women in today's society?
Well, back then, I would go to 1970s and 80s, it was horrible. But now, as I see, we are progressing. We're a progressive country, and obviously new establishment, which is Imran Khan there, and he's giving power to the women. I've seen there are women ASPs and DIGs and in army, general, lieutenant general. So
my name is Hana Rahman. I'm representing here Mercy of All. Miss Pana Zahra, she is a chairperson, and I'm in a ladies club also. That club is a very good for families, and we helping the people for matrimonial event. And Miss Rubina Niaz, she is also the president of that community. I'm helping everyone. One of the last one, that is Miss Maimuna Cheema Foundation. This is from Pakistan. They are helping the women who are not. The woman is like a tea bag. You can't tell how she is strong until you put her in a hot water. So yes, that is my belief. So, because where I come from, I'm also very ordinary.
Okay, well, my name is Kristen Powers. I'm a United States Democratic presidential candidate for 2020. I'm originally hailing out of Detroit, Michigan, but I currently live in South Florida in West Palm Beach. And I'm super grateful to be here today to represent the women, the Pakistani women, and to cheer them on in their community. I'm impressed by their maturity and their beauty and the way they're dressed today and all of their jewels. It's just such an inspiration to be here at this event today.
So Christine, tell me, if you were to change something about today's women, what do you think women really need to change about themselves, today's women of the century?
I think women today, we need to trust one another and we need to rely on one another like men do. A lot of times men have like a subtle, just they got each other's backs and they don't even need to communicate. If they were, in the same room, they would just know that they were for one another. A lot of times women, I think, are isolated and they have to push and push and push for themselves all the time. And I think we need to really truly be sisters, and we need to look beyond our differences and our cultural, ethnic background, stuff like that, and just dive into one another and support one another no matter what we need support in.
So, Kristen, when we talk about feminism, women would describe it differently. Everyone has their own take about feminism. What do you think feminism is to you?
I believe that feminism stands for women making their own decisions regardless of anything that they're dealing with in their life. If it's regarding their body, if it's regarding the education that they want to choose, if it's regarding a view in a marriage, I think that women need to stand for what makes them happy and healthy and productive. And they should never let any government entity or any other person or any other gender shut down their ideas and their goals in life.
Tell me about your presidential campaign that you're running, a little bit about.
My presidential campaign can be found at Powers, P-O-W-E-R-S, 2020.com. I'm also on Instagram at Kristen Powers Campaign. That's CHRISTINPOWERS campaign. My campaign is not about my agenda, it's about the agenda of the people. The American Pakistani women in America represent between 250,000 and 500,000 people. The American Pakistani women alone can get me elected in 2020 just by one simple donation of $10 or more if they want to give more. If they want to give time as well, they also can get me elected just by calling ABC, NBC, CBS, emailing them, tweeting me, liking my stuff, sharing my stuff, emailing me, going on the website and entering their information. The Pakistani women across America can get me elected through the social media that I spent time and effort and money on branding myself in this last year. I ran in 11 and 12, I ran in 15 and 16. But I've lived in 5 different states, so for me to get elected is much more difficult and much more challenging than it's ever been done before because I'm not a governor and not a senator. But by these events and by the strength in the community that I'm feeling in this room right now, I believe that I am the right person for 2020, and I believe the women and the heart of the women in this room are